Hey everyone, I'm Joshua Orro, the Mustang Prince, and welcome to Mustang Prince Orro Reports. And today, I've got something really big and really special to share with all of you. But first, let's talk about Hey Arnold. Created by Craig Bartlett for Nickelodeon, the show centers on a fourth grader named Arnold, who lives with his grandparents in an inner-city boarding house. The episodes center on his experiences navigating a big city life while dealing with the problems he and his friends encounter. Bartlett's idea for the show is based on a minor character named Arnold, whom he created while working on Pee-wee's Playhouse. The executives enjoyed the character, and Bartlett completed the cast by drawing inspiration from people he grew up in Portland, Oregon, and Seattle, Washington. Bartlett created the pilot episode in his living room in 1994, and official production began in 1995. The animators worked to transform Arnold from clay animation to cell animation, leading to the series premiere. The show ran from October 7, 1996 to June 8, 2004, and finished production in 2001 after 5 seasons and 100 episodes. As a kid, I used to watch this show a lot every day when I got home from school, and in my eyes, this show is a lot of fun with a hardcore intro, relatable characters, nostalgic animation, and, well, serious plot points in each episode. You know, a lot of folks have been telling me that one of the most interesting episodes on Arnold's show was the journal episode, where Arnold finds a journal describing the adventures of his parents in the jungle, along with their marriage, Arnold's birth, and other details of their life. On the final page, it contained a map showing where they went after they left him to deliver medicine to the people of the jungle. After the episode, it was said that a movie would follow called The Jungle Movie, but sadly, Nickelodeon wouldn't let Craig Bartlett make it possible after Hey Arnold the movie's reception. Speaking of which, in my opinion, this movie was pretty good, with Arnold and his friends trying to save their neighborhood from getting torn down by an insane businessman named Shek, who wants to avenge his ancestors that were defeated in a tomato incident. But still, this wasn't the movie that fans wanted. And I didn't know this fact until I saw the Cartoon Heroes reviews back in summer 2015. Speaking of which, those 2 reviews interested me and made me imagine what would happen if the Jungle Movie was ever made. But, thankfully, in a stroke of luck, last year, that movie that Hey Arnold fans wanted was made. And, thanks to a new request from Lazarlip on DeviantArt, this will be the subject of my blog today. Airing on Nickelodeon on November 24th, 2017, the movie is Hey Arnold, the Jungle Movie. Now let's get started. It all starts when Arnold and his classmates take a trip to San Lorenzo, Central America, which, coincidentally, is the last place Arnold's parents were seen. Their trip takes a turn when pirates kidnap Arnold and his friends. From there, it's one jungle hazard after another, and the gang must put their heads together to get out of danger. As the leader of the journey, Arnold must make sure he and his friends survive safely, all while working towards a reunion that he's dreamt of his whole life. So, what did I think of this movie? Well, this was a fantastic film. It was another great return to childhood and a great reintroduction to familiar cartoon characters. But to further explain why I love this movie, let's move on to Mustang notes. During the subsequent years, Craig Bartlett shared many details, characters, and plot points of the movie. However, he did not reveal any significant spoilers in the event that the movie might someday be made. Around 2009, many fans started online petitions to convince Nickelodeon to greenlight the Jungle movie. In 2011, reruns of Hey Arnold in the Teen Nick block increased public attention in the series and its canceled movie. In October 2012, Craig Bartlett revealed that he was back at Nickelodeon having meetings with them. In December 2014, it was revealed that Craig Bartlett and Nickelodeon executives were interested in making a Hey Arnold reboot. In September 2015, Nickelodeon announced officially during an interview with Entertainment Weekly that they were considering rebooting many of their old properties and that a Hey Arnold revival was one of them. In November 23, 2015, Nickelodeon reported that they were working on a Hey Arnold TV movie that would answer all the fans' questions, including the whereabouts of Arnold's parents, with Bartlett set to write and produce. On March 1, 2016, it was announced that the movie would be released in 2017. The next day, Bartlett confirmed officially that the TV movie would be the Jungle Movie, and it would be released as a 2-hour TV movie. Now, here's where we come to the animation, and in my opinion, while still hand-drawn, the animation is very high quality compared to the TV show and the theatrical movie, which is what I love about it. Plus, I really like how San Lorenzo looks in this movie. It really does look very Central American. Also, while most of it is covered by jungles, it's also very mysterious, swampy, and hazardous. San Lorenzo also hosts a wide variety of jungle animals, including butterflies, snakes, jaguars, monkeys, and wild boars. Some of my favorite scenes in this movie include the part in the beginning where Arnold's friends make a video showing all the good deeds that Arnold has done over the course of the show, which does bring back a lot of fond memories from the TV show. There's also the river rapids scene where Arnold's class is attacked by another boat, and the scene where Arnold is finally reunited with his parents. However, there is one part of the movie that I felt was pretty familiar. You see, the part where Arnold and his class were captured by Lissandra kind of makes me think of the movie Snatched, which I was forced to see in theaters last Mother's Day. And trust me, I did not like that movie. Thanks a lot, Mother! Anyway, let's move on to the characters and their voice actors. Oh, and just so all you know, there are 11 new cast members in this movie, due to the fact that some of the former actors either retired, grew up, or died. But, do they do a good job? Let's take a look. Our hero, Arnold, is voiced by Mason Val Cotton, who got to be in A Dennis the Menace Christmas, Prep and Landing, and voiced slightly in Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. Arnold is a kind, nice, optimistic, upbeat, and smart idealistic. He always sees the best in people, despite how unkind, outlandish, or sneaky some of them may be. Arnold also has a natural gift for giving advice and guidance to others. In this movie, ever since he read his parents' journal, Arnold is determined to go to San Lorenzo and find them. In my opinion, Arnold has good navigation skills while using his parents' map and a green-eyed necklace. Arnold's best friend, Gerald, is voiced by Benjamin Flores Jr., whom I remember as Atticus from Happy Feet 2. Gerald often serves as the voice of reason in the group of fourth grader friends, and as a realistic counterbalance to Arnold's optimism attitude. This sometimes causes a little conflict between the two, but never for long. Anyway, in this movie, Gerald is a great supporting character for Arnold, like when he helps with the humanitarian video, and when he helps Arnold escape from Lissandra. Next we have Helga Pataki, once again voiced by Francesca Marie Smith, who got to be in the Recess TV series and Dr. Seuss's Daisy Head Maisie. Helga is classified as a tomboy, and she's also a bit clumsy and a genius, as well as a bully among her peers. However, Helga has a much softer side to her, which becomes apparent when she is alone and involved with schoolwork. She's also very emotional, poetic, and sometimes caring, and she's able to comprehend a spectrum of emotions, such as love and hate. Plus, she has a secret crush on Arnold, and in this movie it's no exception, because she's the one responsible for using recorded footage of Arnold's good deeds. Plus, like in the theatrical movie, she confesses her feelings for Arnold. She also uses a stapler to knock out one of Lissandra's men, and she uses her locket to revive Arnold's parents and the green-eyed people who were contaminated by the sleeping sickness. Helga's best friend Phoebe is again voiced by Andy McAfee, who voiced Sarah in The Land Before Time 5 onwards, Robin Starling from Tom and Jerry the Movie, and Mary Lennox in the 1994 animated Secret Garden movie. Phoebe is very sensitive, shy, and fragile, and she usually gets emotional when something bad has happened to her or someone else. This makes Helga often take advantage of her and treat her like a slave, rarely thanking her. Whenever Helga yells at her or insults her, Phoebe fearfully apologizes, even when she never did anything wrong. She's also one of the most intelligent children out of Arnold's classmates. In the Jungle movie, Phoebe helps Helga with the video of Arnold's good deeds, and later she sends an SOS message to Helga's parents using a beeper, Rhonda's phone, and some old junk. Next we come to Arnold's teacher, Mr. Simmons, voiced by Dan Butler. This guy demonstrates a love for teaching, forming the desks into a circle in order to encourage stronger interaction between students. He also encourages learning by teaching the students to always ask why. In this movie, mostly what Mr. Simmons does is lead his class while they're in San Lorenzo, and he's also obsessed with following his agenda. Next we come to Arnold's grandparents, Phil and Gertie, voiced by Dan Castellaneta and Trez McNeil. Throughout the whole series, Phil and Gertie have been raising Arnold in their boarding house. Phil is good-natured, cheery, and funny, and he may not always be the best piece of advice for Arnold, but his heart is always in the right place. Gertie, on the other hand, acts crazy, usually having a different theme in her clothes, preparing different foods, calling people other names or labels, and mixing up holidays. In this movie, they don't get that many scenes, but they do warn Arnold about Lissandra, as well as a few diseases that could be in Central America. Also, I do like the part where they get a warning note from Arnold's pig, Abner. Helga's parents, Bob and Miriam, are once again voiced by Maurice LaMarche and Kat Susie. Bob is tough and short-tempered, and Miriam pretty much mopes and sleeps a lot. In this movie, they ask Helga to sell some beepers while she and her classmates are on their trip. Later, they join Arnold's grandparents to rescue the other kids and defeat Lissandra's crew. Next we have Helga's sister Olga, voiced by Nika Futterman. Olga is very intelligent, beautiful, popular, talented, sweet, well-meaning, and kind. Despite her intelligence, she appears quite airheaded when it comes to Helga's feelings, and she never seems to realize that Helga doesn't really like her at all. In this movie, Olga joins Helga and her classmates on their trip as a chaperone. Later in the movie, Olga falls for one of Lissandra's crew members, and they reenact a couple parts from James Cameron's Titanic. Now let's talk about the new characters in the movie, starting with Arnold's long-lost parents, Miles and Stella. Voiced by Arnold's creator, Craig Bartlett, and Antoinette Stella. Now, it's hard to talk about them since mostly throughout this movie, they're in a coma caused by a sleeping virus 9 years prior. But what I can say is that they're very adventurous, and I think they're great parents. Plus, if the show does manage to get a new season someday, Arnold will have a lot of catching up to do with them. Next up we have Eduardo, voiced by Carlos Alraquay, whom I talked about in my 2 blogs of Elena of Avalor. Eduardo was a friend to Miles and Stella, helping them in various occasions, most notably the birth of their son Arnold. He's a trained pilot and has knowledge and some degree of communication with the Green-Eyed people. It was also Eduardo who came back a couple of years after Arnold's parents had retired to get them to come back to the country to stop another outbreak of the sleeping sickness. During the events of the Jungle movie, Eduardo was attacked in his house and kidnapped by Lissandra's men, though he managed to escape. Eduardo tried to catch up with Lissandra, but the pirate claimed that Eduardo's boat was a river pirate boat and lost him in the river rapids. Later on, Eduardo saves Arnold, Helga, and Gerald from falling off a broken bridge and fights off Lissandra. Finally, Eduardo accompanies the trio to the Green-Eyed City, where they uncover what happened to Miles and Stella. Next we come to the Girl Queen, voiced by Hope Levi. She is the leader of the Green-Eyed tribe, while the adults are in a coma. Now, the Green-Eyed people are a mysterious tribe living deep within the jungles of San Lorenzo. They built large stone structures and possess several artifacts. Some of their artifacts even appear to possess magical properties, such as the corazon. Arnold's parents, Miles and Stella, first discovered the Green Eyes when one of their members saved the couple from going over a waterfall. In return, the Green Knights asked Miles and Stella to return the Corazon, which was stolen by the river pirate Lissandra. They were also responsible for delivering Abner to Miles and Stella as a wedding gift, as well as guiding Stella to a safe place when she was about to give birth to Arnold. In the movie, the Girl Queen and the other Green Knight children worship Arnold as some kind of god or something, and I think, despite the fact that they don't speak English, they are great and interesting characters, while they guide Arnold to revive their families. Finally, we come to the movie's villain, La Sombra, voiced by Alfred Molina. Best known from Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark, Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 2, Monsters University, Strange Magic, and the 2009 animated Wonder Woman movie. Now, La Sombra is a ruthless river pirate who will stop at nothing to get what he wants. He openly enjoys being evil, even calling himself a villain. La Sombra is quite intelligent, manipulative, and a quick thinker. He quickly gained Arnold's trust by posing as Eduardo by wearing a fake mustache, playing off the real Eduardo's attempt to rescue the class as an attack by river pirates, and, of course, made the rest of the class turn on Arnold. He even predicted from the very beginning that Arnold would escape his lair, so he planted a tracker on the amulet that he gave him. La Sombra has also proven to be extremely resolute on his goals, even fighting off the effects of a deadly poison dart. Yikes! Plus, he's easily the most evil character in Hey Arnold. And now, let's move on to my final words. Overall, Hey Arnold, the Jungle Movie is a terrific film. Like in the TV series and the 2002 theatrical film, it has great animation and memorable characters. Also, it was great having 20 of the original cast back to reprise their characters, and the new voice actors do a great job in my eyes. Also, the story is very adventurous, daring, and thought-provoking. And I'm happy that Arnold has finally found his parents. For those who haven't seen this movie yet, it's definitely worth a watch, especially if you grew up with Hey Arnold, or if you want to share this movie with your children. And, like with My Little Pony, the movie from last year, this movie has got me thinking about buying the full series on DVD from Amazon pretty soon. As for my final rating, I give this film a full 100%. Well, that's it for today, everyone. Be sure to join me for my next blog. Mustang Power!